Welcome, everybody, to DocSports.com. I'm Scott Spreitzer with Raphael Esparza. We're talking a little bit of UFC 250 action from recently reopened Las Vegas Saturday night, June 6th. And we're going to jump into 4 or 5 fights here, but I want to let everybody know before we do so that you can still get that free $60 account. If you're not yet a member over at DocSports.com, what it is a real cool way to give DocSports a trial run. You just click on that link below the video, get yourself set up, and you can use the free $60 on any of Raphael's picks, daily packages, any of mine, anybody else over at DocSports.com. We're going to talk about the main event in a bit, but I wanted to get Raphael Esparza's thoughts on the amount of movement on the 250 card, and it sure has had its share. I mean, we're going to start with the Alex Caceres-Hooper fight. Caceres getting little respect at the betting window, Raphael, and we saw Hooper open around 120 in some books, all the way up to 180 in some shops. Youth versus experience here. The young gun, Chase Hooper, needs to avoid, I think, getting cocky after his impressive win over David Timur. And if he does, then he's got a chance to make some of these chalk bettors happy. Your thoughts on the action in this fight and the fight itself?
Yeah, this one would be one of those key fights that every parlay is going to have Hooper probably on it, just because what we saw in UFC 245. I mean, he dominated Timur, winning in the first round. I mean, he's a young pup. He's 20 years old, and even though I hate his nickname, The Dream, because let's face it, I'm a wrestling guy, and there's only one nickname of The Dream, but I think he should have no problem with Alex, even though he's got the greatest nickname, Bruce Leroy. I mean, it's just fantastic. It should be a great fight, but if Hooper does not have a big head coming into this, I think he should take care of business. I do see this fight going a little bit longer than the first round than Hooper did his last fight, because Alex would probably want to try to get in the ground. They're both southpaws, so it's going to be very interesting what the striking happens on this one with 2 lefties in there. But I think when this one goes to second, would not be shocked if it goes to all third, because Alex is, I think, last 3 out of his last 4 fights have gone the distance to the third round. So if you're going to see Hooper dominate, it's probably not going to be a dominate. I still think he gets his arm raised, but he's going to have a tough fight against Bruce Leroy.
Yeah. If you like the over, by the way, you're getting a decent price. That over-under is 2.5 rounds. For the most part, the juice is around $1.50 on the under. Wrapping it up for me, Caceres, he's going to want to keep it on its feet, but he doesn't have one-punch KO power. So uphill battle, especially when Hooper takes it to the ground. Charles Byrd's taking on Maki Pitolo. Charles Byrd opened up $1.35. He's all the way up to $1.80 in a lot of books. You look at that over-under on your screen and you see 1.5 rounds, the over minus $1.70. And Bird's got a losing record through his first few fights in UFC action. And if you like youth, if you like athleticism, if you like potentially the better boxer, Raphael, that would be the underdog. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, you just said it, the better boxer will be very interesting to see what happens on this one. So it's going to be different to see what youth does in this fight, because Charles Byrd, he's got a lot of trackage on there, not even with UFC. He fought many other leagues or stuff like that. So it's going to be very interesting. He's got very good ground game. He has a lot of big wins in submission, not in the UFC. He's got both losses by KO, TKO. But if you like youth, then go after youth. I'm going to wait to see what this one line moves, because Kid Dynamite can probably maybe shock. And if he gets on the ground, Byrd could be a nice ticket to have maybe in your back pocket. I'm going to wait to see what this line does. I don't want to lay the minus 180, because I think the betting public might take the dog on this one just because the dog has the boxing skills. But I'm going to wait to see what this number closes on Byrd.
The only real problem I have with Byrd sometimes is he seems like he's always going for a submission, yet his takedown percentage is really bad. As reported elsewhere, it's like 18, 20% in that neighborhood. But I agree with what you said. Cody-Garbrandt is laying $1.40 to Raphael Assuncao, and Garbrandt owns the power. He's the better boxer, in my opinion, but the money has come in on Assuncao thus far. Saw this line approaching $1.70 late Wednesday night into Thursday, Raphael. Garbrandt isn't the hot prospect he once was at the bantamweight division. In fact, he's now the 9th ranked contender. What does he got to do in this particular fight to get his career back on track?
Yeah, you said it. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. The line's going to be fluctuating all over. Garbrandt minus 140. You said, I would not be shocked if it goes down to lower, because I'm a little biased here, because let's face it, this guy, Raphael, has got the same name with me. I'm going to be rooting for him, but I'm going to wait to see this one, because this one's if there's any coin flip in this card, It's this fight right here. This one's going to be fantastic. This one screams the distance to me, but an active distance fight, not just a ground game of wrestling. And I think it's going to be very active. I think this one goes over the 2.5 round prop. But I kind of want to say take Cody, but here's another one. If you like Cody, I would not be shocked if this one goes to minus 125 around there, because I think the public's going to go with the Brazilian, because usually in these close fights, the betting public will always take the Brazilian just because of their track record in the UFC. So if you're looking to take Cody, wait, because I can guarantee you it's probably going to be a little bit lower than minus 140. Over under, well, I'm a little bit shocked that the over is minus 125. I did see some minus 120s in other shops. This one screams the distance for me. I think that's a very, very good value. I'm betting the over at 2.5 rounds.
I like that. I also, I was a little surprised that this line opened up where it did when it was in that minus 170 range. And, Assuncao-'s a skilled fighter. He's a veteran. Probably not going to KO Garbrandt, which would help with your over. But he can't outwork him, I think, if it goes the distance. Garbrandt, I think, has his work cut out for him. Tough matchup when you're looking to get your career back on track. The main event, boy, if you don't mind laying a few bucks to win a couple, this is the fight for you. If you're all about the chalk, Felicia Spencer taking on Amanda Nunes. And Nunes right now anywhere from, he's about a minus 625 favorite if you look at a consensus. Did I say he? I meant she, and I apologize for that. But Nunes laying 625 over, and I wasn't trying to be cynical, folks, I swear. The over-under is 1.5. The over is minus 190, the big juice there. I see as high as minus $7. Nunes being the favorite in this one. And even if you like a knockout by Nunes, you're going to have to lay around 230, Raphael.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the phenom of Spencer from Canada, Brazilian versus Canada, and no one's giving this Canadian Spencer any shot, because you just said some shops have minus $7. And I think she can make a kind of a close fight. I have her losing. I think Nunes, she's a GOAT. I mean, if you saw that meme that's out there that she got her temperature checked when she walked into the arena the first time, and it didn't even have a temperature, just said GOAT on a thermometer, because she is the GOAT right now in female UFC. So Spencer, if she can get Nunes on the ground and not keep her standing up, then I think this fight can maybe see the second round, maybe even see a third round. I'm going to wait to see what, if any movement in that over-under, because I think that's the only way you can bet this fight. You said it, Nunes by knockout, $2, Nunes minus $7. I do think the betting public is going to take Spencer, because let's face it, we're all going to be watching it because there's nothing else on TV. So people are going to be putting their $10, $20 bets on Spencer because they're looking for that big payday. They don't want to sit around and bet $20 to win $1 on Nunes. So they're going to be betting that. So the knockout price may come down to maybe a regional, maybe 190, 180. Or maybe Nunes be close to maybe a solid $6. But if you're going to wait, I'm going to wait to see this over-under, because I think Spencer can maybe keep this fight a little respectable. Hopefully Nunes doesn't punish that face, because I think Spencer's face is pretty nice looking.
I've got no problem with, the betting public having some fun, some entertainment value, throwing a couple of bucks on Felicia Spencer, but not more than fun money. If you're going to throw it on Felicia Spencer, there's just no reason to take a chance with any big money. It's kind of like people who want to bet a 10-team parlay in the NFL on a Sunday and throw $5 or $10 on it. It's just entertainment value. Because when you think Nunes, man, you think about over 4.5 significant strikes per minute. You think about a 10-fight win streak and the way she can take somebody out in a heartbeat. I don't want to lay $6 or $7 with anybody, even Nunes, but I do believe if you're thinking about throwing more than entertainment money on Spencer, you might have more fun throwing your money in the fireplace. But again, I'm going to be like you. I'm going to wait and see what happens with that over-under, and we'll go from there. Any fight, Raphael, that we have yet to cover that's caught your attention?
I'm really excited to watch the Cody fight, Raphael fight. I think that one's going to be very entertaining. Caceres-Hooper, I want to see if this kid's the real deal. I mean, he looked phenomenal his last fight, winning in the first round. I would love to see that one go a little bit distance. Neil Magny, always been a big fan of him in the UFC. He has a tough fight against Anthony Rocco Martin. A little bit shocked that Magny's minus 135, because he's a UFC betting favorite. People like to bet him. They know him because he's been around forever in the UFC, seems like. So I'm actually shocked that he wasn't minus 140, minus 150. Maybe take a little money on Rocco Martin if I can get plus 25 But I'm really excited to see that fight just because I think those two fighters in the welterweight can maybe make some noise. I was looking to bet that over 2.5 rounds, but I didn't want to lay the minus 220, $2 that's out there. But I think that fight, Anthony Rocco Martin, Neil Magny's probably got my radar.
Yeah, what's the card look like for you over at DocSports.com with your premium picks? Both of our premium packages, by the way, for UFC 250 will be available at DocSports.com on Saturday after 11:30 a.m. Eastern. What are you looking at? Have you got your card finalized yet?
I'm looking at probably 2 fights on this card. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Maybe a five or a 6. Probably nothing too outrageous. Because this fight, I mean, if you kind of look at it, the main events in the Sean O'Malley, those are two of the biggest numbers on it. Everyone else is either minus $2 or lower. So I think it's a really good fight that you can find some value, especially on the round props and the TKO and KO props. So I'm gonna probably look at a lot of betting propositions for my wallet, not for docs, but probably 2 plays.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Looks like too deep for me. The card's not too deep, but 2 plays for me on my card or my package over at DocSports.com, and we're coming off a nice 2-0 underdog sweep at last week's event, including going against Tyron Woodley and cashing a nice ticket there. So good stuff from Raphael Esparza. Be sure to check out all of his work every single day over at DocSports.com, where I'm located also in an exclusive manner, as folks know by now. And don't forget about that free $60 account. Listen, if you're not yet a member with DocSports.com, there's a real cool way to give it a trial run. And why not do it in UFC 250? Free $60 account. Click on the link below the video to get started. For Raphael Esparza, I'm Scott Spreitzer. Enjoy UFC 250. Put them in the win column. We are DocSports.com.